similar to us in a lot of ways in that they have very balanced scoring. It's not that you can kind of circle one guy in the scouting report and focus on him. There's a bunch of guys that can really hurt you. They're as good in transition as there is in our entire league, and they're a ferocious rebounding team as well. So we knew we had our work cut out for us, but I thought our guys did a good job adhering to the scouting report. And obviously we played really well and we shot the ball really well. Chucky had a magical game, as did Rain. But we're fortunate to come out of a tough environment against a really good team with a win.
Any questions for Coach Kelsey or Chucky Hepburn?
When you talk about Chucky's assists, Rain's threes, out rebounding SMU, which I think was leading the conference in rebounds coming in, what pleased you the most?
Well, that we knew it was going to be what we call a rock fight. You know, they're physical and they're tough and they're ferocious, as I mentioned on the backboard. And we knew we had to meet that challenge if we wanted a chance to beat them. So I was very pleased with that. Rebounding is toughness and effort. And I thought we met that challenge. And obviously, Chucky was amazing. I mean, against a team like that in that environment, 16 assists, 2 turnovers is ridiculous. And, you know, he was just spraying the ball over the floor. Obviously, he was hitting Rain for threes, James for alley-oops, just making the simple play over and over again. And, you know, amazing. He's one of the best point guards in the country. You know, I wouldn't trade him for anybody. He's special. Great leader, great player. Rain was magical tonight. You know, I coached him at Charleston. It's the 3rd time I've seen him break a school record for threes. He did it last year, made 10, and then 2 weeks later he made 11 and broke the school record twice. And, you know, did it here tonight. So it was a great team effort. Thought Kenai Roos as a freshman's growing up before our eyes. James Scott had a career high 16 points, banged a 3, which was awesome. You know, our Terrence Edwards continues to lead the charge of our defense. And, you know, his numbers weren't great offensively, but, you know, he's really kind of been the heart and soul and the engine of our resurgence, if you will, from a defensive perspective, amongst other guys, but I'm proud of him.
Chucky, what is it about this team? A team that everybody's new pretty much together. Louisville obviously have had 2 couple tough seasons. What is it about this group that's been able to do what you guys have been able to do so far? I know there's a long way to go, but what you've done so far.
Yeah, Coach did a great job of recruiting winners. You know, a lot of us, really everybody came from winning programs and they know how to win. So we had a rough stretch in the first part of the season, but you know, one thing that I love about this team, we never gave up. You know, if we lost, it was the next day. We were practicing, we were just getting to it. You know, we didn't want to give up. You know, and you know that's what I love about this team. You know, it's the next thing for us, and we knew how good we were going to be. And we just needed to figure it out, especially with losing a couple of our guys, Corey Johnson in case of prior, and then Kadir for part a couple of games too. So, you know, I just give my team credit. I love playing with them. You know, they never give up. They come to practice, you know, have pro mentalities every day. And that's why I love playing with this team.
I don't know if people are seeing results now, but when did you kind of see it all coming kind of together?
They're just unbelievably process oriented. Right. Even when we struggled with injuries and we struggled early on with some tough losses, those guys, I mean, they've just been about business every day. And I'm a big believer, and it's a big part of the culture of our program, that just try to be great at the next thing over and over again, stack great days together, and the results will take care of themselves. So, you know, you really felt it over the last month. I know we have a winning streak going on, but we don't talk about it. We just talk about the next thing, but you can just feel how connected the guys are, both on the offensive and defensive end. They're selfless. You know, the old quote, it's amazing how much can be accomplished when nobody cares who gets the credit. I think that, you know, that defines this team in a lot of ways.
Pat, going back to the defensive performance tonight, yesterday you talked about how this is a team, you know, you guys are facing that, and you can't just circle one person. You know, that said, how did you go about, you know, could you kind of speak on your scheme there, you know, to be able to hold them to 6 baskets in the first half? I thought really stood out, you know, just like what did you do defensively to kind of stop the conference's top scoring offense?
Yeah. You know, our guys, you know, I told our guys, like we say this all the time, you know, if you're going to be an elite defensive team, it almost has to be like there's 7 guys on the floor. You know, we say the 6th man is our voice. right? Playing with great voices, because I think a loud defense is a connected defense, right? That galvanizes a defense. And then the seventh man is just that extra effort. They put you in a lot of tough positions. You got to try to like defeat a million screens off the ball, on the ball. They just have a lot of weapons that can beat you. You have to really be on personnel, the tendencies of what each guy does. And those guys, we have long film sessions. Chucky will tell you, I'm sure it's not their favorite thing in the world, but those guys care about preparation and then carry it out when we get, when the lights come on.
Chucky, I wanted to ask about, I know you had, I think, 3 lobs to James during the first half. There was that one where it kind of felt like, that I think you guys were, kind of on the verge of the play, breaking down. You got it up and James kind of turned in the air to grab it and throw it down. Like, when you have someone, like, was there any doubt in your mind that he was going to make that dunk? Like, whenever you toss the ball to him, just like, if you ever doubt that he was going to make
coming into this in the summer, last summer, I never threw a lot of lobs at Wisconsin, so that was one thing I wanted to work on with James. I knew he was a lob threat, and all summer during the off season, we were just practicing throwing lobs to him in practice. So just getting better at it, just getting the chemistry down, and as time went on, as you could tell now that chemistry is there. But whenever I see James down low, and the big set of stuff, I'm able to just throw it up to him wherever he goes and gets it. That's why I love playing with him, because I just throw it up. Sometimes it's not even a good pass, and he just goes up there and gets it. And that's why I love playing with him.
Did you know? At what point did you know that you had broken the record? A school record for game assists.
I actually didn't even know. I honestly had no idea I had broken it.
Did I guess Dana probably told you that.
Well, like after the game.
Okay,
after the game.
The 3 from James was the one that that set the record. He hadn't made a 3 all season. Just can you talk about that moment there where you feel like everything was working?
And James is the type of guy to let one go in practice, and when he hits it, we're all happy for him. And he's a kid that's also in the gym 24/7. He works on that shot, so we all believe in him, all have faith in him for him to shoot that shot. And when he shoots it, we're not going to be mad at him because he works on that shot. And we have all the faith in the world in him to knock that down.
When you're in a game like this, do you even realize you had that many assists?
Honestly, no. You just worry about the next thing, getting back on defense, trying to get stops. I think in the second half, we got a little sloppy with our defense, and, that we just can't allow that type of stuff to happen in the games. We just got to keep our foot on the gas the whole game.
Was it the same deal with Rain, where he didn't know he broke the record?
I usually don't care about that stuff, but we got in the huddle late and whatever it was, 3 minutes left or something, and one of the assistants said it to me. So, and the guys, what's that?
Which coach said it to you?
Probably Thomas. You guys knew Thomas Carvey. And so we tried to draw something up to get Rain, and the guys wanted him to get it. And he had a couple tough looks, didn't go in. Then he made the one in the corner, which was just, I've seen him get like this, and the rim just looks like the ocean. And I see it when it gets in his eyes, and he was special tonight.
To piggyback off of that, when you described, it looks like the rim's really huge. You sometimes hear shooters when they're shooting the lights out say they feel like they can't miss. Chucky, when you're running an offense like this, and again, 16-2, is there a parallel there? Is there a feeling that you feel like everything you throw is going to find somebody and they're going to make every shot you give them?
Yeah, I know my guys are constantly in the gym getting shots up, so I'm able to trust them and when I find them on the court, I believe them to be able to knock it down because I know they're getting the shots up. And that's what we stress about, staying in the gym, getting up shots, shoot as much shots as you can. And I love playing with this team, man. We're coming a long way. We still have a lot of room to grow, but we're going to take this one and enjoy it tonight.
Pat, like Chucky said, you recruited guys that were from winning programs, and for people that are just now starting to see you pay attention to what you're doing. How did that kind of go? How did that process kind of work when you were putting this all together?
Man, it was a whirlwind because we had 0 players on our roster, and that's a big thing. The metrics, the numbers, the talent, all that. That's a big part of it, but then there's so many other things you can't measure. We were intentional about, identifying guys that come from programs and have a background of winning. And I give all the coaches that coach these guys before they got here a ton of credit. They've made my job really easy because these guys have been well coached. And Chucky said it. They just have that winning gene about them. It's about winning. Like you go into these venues, and we've won a lot of road games in some tough environments, and these guys embrace that. They want the crowd. They want the student section. They want the when you have that as a coach, it makes your job really easy. But we besides having that winning gene, it's about how tough. We got tough dudes. It's how competitive. We got competitive dudes. It's basketball IQ. We have high basketball IQ guys. We talk about GBT, great basketball talk all the time, on the floor, off the floor, in the hotel, in the airplanes. And then, it's guys that love their teammates and are selfless. And that's the makeup of our team.
When you guys have 2 records fall tonight, who was the one that got to, you all do like the circle up in the locker room. Who was the one that got to lead you in the steps?
It was awesome. It was Chucky's mom.
Oh, really?
How cool is that?
Very nice.
It was awesome. I mean, these guys live away from their parents, and I know how much Chucky loves his mom and dad, and for her to be in there and celebrate with us, I just thought, I usually name the person. I was like, Chucky's mom's got it. So that was really cool.
Was the whole family here tonight?
I had family in Texas, so
Okay.
a couple of them were able to drive up tonight.
Your dad, your brother? Is he still hooping? I guess your brother's.
Yeah, my brother's in Carney. So
Yeah.
my dad stayed back, but my mom and a couple of my cousins.
Awesome.
Anything else for these 2? All right, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.
Steve?
No, you're good. I think I had it.
The lake one in my opinion.
I think it's printed twice.
Oh, did?
Yes, yes. So I got everything. Yep. Common.